Hey there YouTube internet people, Mickey P here, and today we're going to be looking at an IndieBox release, which is something I haven't done for a while just due to lack of interest in a lot of stuff they've been sending me. But this month, or I guess technically February, even though it's almost April by the time it gets to me, they've sent me Wasteland 2 Director's Cut, which is a post-apocalyptic RPG by inXile. That's the sequel to the mid-80s RPG Wasteland from Interplay that was kind of what inspired the Fallout games. So yeah, this is kind of an interesting choice from IndieBox, I think, for a few reasons that I'll kind of come to, but normally IndieBox kind of does like very indie sort of indie games that wouldn't otherwise get any sort of physical release. Yeah, this month we've got Wasteland 2, and we've got a little flyer that came with the box to show you what it comes with. That's not interesting, it's much more fun to open it up. Although I have opened it up already, so I'm kind of cheating. We'll have a look at the box. The front's got this piece of artwork that I think has been commonly used to promote the director's cut. I'm not sure. Spine's all designed to match other IndieBox releases, and yeah, this year they've started kind of numbering them, like 2 of 12 2017. I don't know if I like that, because on my shelf I like to have things alphabetical, and then this makes me think, oh, I need to have them chronologically, but yeah, oh well, anyway. Yeah, the spine's the same sort of thing, and the back has usual back of the box stuff. The godfather of post-apocalyptic RPGs returns. And I always found the use of the phrase, oh, this is the godfather of such and such. I always feel like it's because they confused calling it the god of something with the father of something. And so yes, this is the thing that takes other post-apocalyptic RPGs and makes them offers they can't refuse on the day of its daughter's wedding. Yeah. Yeah, it's just blurb stuff, director's cut, and they recently started putting numbers on these again. So I think before I signed up they did this, and then they kind of changed it to just putting a little note saying first edition, but now they're putting limited edition of this number, which is, I think it's cool because it makes it more special. And yeah, it's just a box. It's slightly larger than the DVD case, because I guess that's the size IndieBox is doing at the moment. I don't know, I like my big boxes big normally, but it's cool, it's got stuff in it, we're going to look at the stuff. And my camera's going to go blurry. And yeah, it doesn't like shiny things, this camera. Yeah, there we go. We've got a lot of stuff in this. Had a look earlier. The first thing that I noticed is this rather crumpled up piece of dot matrix printer paper, which, if you open it up, has a lot of dot matrix printed writing on it, which I'm not going to be able to read. Upside down looking cameras, I have to turn it over. Welcome recruit. If you're reading this, you're taking your first steps towards wearing the badge of the Desert Rangers, but let me assume you don't know your ass from a honey badger and start at the beginning rather than the end. So I guess it's plot synopsis of the first Wasteland, which is not aged well, so it's useful to have something you can read to get yourself up to date. And I guess doing it in this dot matrix printer paper style is cool. Although I have the urge to tear off the perforator bits, but I won't, because it's a collector's item that's been artisanally crumpled for me. Or yeah. I know, that's cool. Must have taken a fair bit of effort to put that together, because you got to find an old printer that still works. Next up, we've got this nicely sealed up item, which I think is a map. And it, open it up, is indeed a map. It's kind of an interesting sort of, like, I guess it's supposed to be sort of reinforced paper, like you might get from an actual street map. This is Los Angeles, I guess? This is Arizona. And yay, maps. Maps are fun. All games should come with maps. And yeah, paper's cool. Almost reminds me of kind of paper. Banknotes come in from strange countries that don't use plastic for their banknotes. Yeah. This is a badge. It says Desert Rangers. I guess I can open it up, but you can basically see what it is anyway. Badge. Shiny. Metal. Looks pretty well made. It's cool. And then there's this big plasticky package thing that contains I think this is supposed to be a bandana. It's a Wasteland 2 bandana. I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do with that. Am I supposed to tie it over my mouth or my face? But somehow I don't think I'll be doing that, but yeah. Anyway, game box itself. The game box has the extremely cool art that they did to kind of match the original game's box art, which is this, yeah, it's cool. It's nice art. Other than that, usual box stuff. Inside the box, 2 discs, manual, and I think behind the manual is a sticker which says IndieBox. I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do with these. Yeah, 2 discs, 1 installation disc and 1 soundtrack CD. I assume this is just a regular DVD. Well, I didn't think the game fit in a single disc like that, because the installs on Steam is bigger, but yeah. And instruction manual is annual stuff. It's got a letter from the developer about, yeah, thank you for purchasing, blah blah blah. Fairly bulky manual, because being an RPG, it's a fairly it's a fairly involved game with a lot of stuff that you need to put in a manual. So yeah, that's what you get with the Wasteland 2 Director's Cut thing. It's got some nice extras, badges, and bandanas, and bits of paper, and... But there's a reason that I said this is kind of interesting. Because unlike most of the games that IndieBox puts, like Wasteland 2 is not getting its first box release from IndieBox. I don't know if you've been into EB Games, or I guess GameStop if you're American recently, but this game has had physical releases. It's, I think Deep Silver published it in retail, and it's been come out on consoles and everything. And the original release of it was, there's a Kickstarter project which promised as a Kickstarter reward a nice fancy traditional collector's box, which I have, if I do it the right way around. So yeah, this is the box you got from the Kickstarter, and it's bigger, and it's got the cool art on the outside, although I guess this isn't the director's cut version. But yeah, I thought it'd be cool to kind of do a comparison, having seen the IndieBox take. This is the Kickstarter box, although there was a fancier tin that they did that cost more money, so I didn't get that one. Yeah, front cover is, I mean, this is a cool bit of art, and I like the way they sort of do the logo with negative space, which I guess it matches the first game's box. Although the box of this doesn't actually match the first game's box in general, because the first game was, I think, published by EA when they were doing games in record sleeves, which is cool, but yeah. Then on the back we've got the blurb in half a dozen different languages, which I think is Deep Silver is European, so that's how they like to do things. And yeah, I'll open this up. This is, yeah, much more traditional box that, like, cardboard that opens up like this. Inside we have a manual. This manual is bigger than the manual that came in the IndieBox release, and also ring bound. Ring binding is cool. I might have to be careful not to show you the back of this because it's still got the stink on it. I don't think I ever redeemed it. So yeah, this is the much more detailed Wasteland 2 original Kickstarter version manual. And also there's a map, which is really different, and it's made of cloth. And yeah, it's less of a, looks less like a sort of printed thing, and it's much more like scribbled and hand-drawn. And yeah, it's made of weird sort of fabric, because, I mean, I don't know why cloth maps are a thing, but they are, but this is kind of a weird choice of cloth. And then there's the game disc itself. And yeah, the reason I was surprised a bit, because this is the game as it originally came, and it's on 2 discs. And it's got, yeah, half dozen ratings logos. So yeah, I thought that it's kind of interesting for IndieBox to be doing something that's already got a fairly established boxed release. And yeah, I don't know what their and I guess because this is a Kickstarter thing, a lot of people would have missed out on it, but like you can literally go into you could like go into an EB Games and buy Wasteland 2 physical copy for PC published by Deep Silver, or even console versions. So yeah, and I guess this is a nice addition, but it's I don't know, maybe they wanted to have a more high profile title, but kind of seems like it's kind of odd considering the one they did before this was some sort of puzzle platformer no one's heard of. And yeah, interesting choice, but it was cool to be able to do a comparison between boxes. To be honest, I actually like the Kickstarter box better. I think like as the actual box is high quality because cardboard, and the contents having like a big ring-bound manual feels much more nostalgic to me, because I remember playing old RPGs that came with manuals like this, and this is just it's a manual that fits in a game case type thing. Yeah, I don't know. It's weird. I thought I just wanted to make the comparison, and now I have 2 box copies of Wasteland 2. Anyway, I've been Mickey P, and thanks for watching.